Do you
My network is kind of crazy. Sorry. So, yeah, we have like a lot to discuss, and we are basically going to be talking about like the agent hackathon that will currently like start soon. In fact, it has already started. Maybe a little bit about like the mobile hackathon and also like create like our own open cloud boards and also like tell the board to like actually like start participating in the hackathon. So I think I'll just share my screen. By the way, we have somebody that's supposed to join us on the call, but pretty much maybe he's kind of like busy. Then I will actually like start with something which is basically everybody have already started hearing about like the AI agents that you could actually like chat with, you could actually like give tasks, you could actually like tell to do one or two things together, and you could also have Malt Book, which is like a social media for AI agents, right? Where AI agents just come to actually like interact with one another. So basically, it means that you could also like give these AI agents tasks for them to actually like carry out, and then while carrying out these tasks, maybe tasks like trading, tasks like writing code and all that. So basically, what's happening like behind the scene is that these agents are running on AI models. You could say Kimi 2.5. You could say they are running on Claude, Opus 4.5, or maybe they are running on like ChatGPT. So one of the things you also should know about this is that while they are running on these models, you get to actually like pay for it, right? So basically, you have to like go for one that is actually like pocket friendly for you, such as let's say the Kimi 4.5. Like me currently, I'm actually like using Kimi to run my bots. Pretty much like Opus, right? But they're not as efficient as some of these models. So that's some of the trade-offs that you get while running some of this. I'll also show you guys how to actually like set up your Kimi 4.5 in a way that is going to you can run the free plan for like about 7 days, right? And then if you still decide to continue, pay about $15 to $19 per month. Unlike the rest where you have to like subscribe $200 for your agent, or you kind of also have to subscribe for what do you call it again? Your other AI models. So okay, another thing we also talk about is what you call skills, because these are like some of the things you need to know before you actually like start giving this your AI agent tasks to actually like start shipping for the hackathon. So you should know about skills, you should know about OpenClaw, you should also know how to like fix these AI agents, give them access to tokens that they could actually use to push code to GitHub. And then apart from pushing code to GitHub, you should also like what else should you know about? How to also fix the models that you actually like need to start shipping. So first thing first, another thing you should also know about is that you could actually run this your agents either on the cloud, right? Or you could also run them like on a dedicated account on your system. So but our advice is to run it like on let's say an old laptop, old MacBook, old Windows, old Linux, like whatever device you have on the side. And also, if you need to have these agents run 247, it means that you have to keep the laptop or the whatever server you are using up, right? So some of the constraints is that if you need to like interact with these agents more, you need to have what do you call it? You need to have these devices connected to electricity and also have like maybe internet connection, because you have to connect them with, let's say, Telegram. You also have to connect them with, let's say, WhatsApp. So I think I'll have to like share my screen. Which one should we start with? Let me share my screen. Yeah. So let's start with like OpenClaw. So basically, like to participate in the Solana Agent Hackathon, you will need to run. So basically, what I'm going to do, I already have like my agents running on kind of like a dedicated server, or like I have a spare laptop that is already running on. So what I would do is I might pretty much like run it on my device and then later I'll kind of remove it. So it's not advisable that you run it on your device, right? Either run it on a VPS cloud, or you kind of have like some people are buying Mac Minis for it. So I wouldn't really like advise for that. But if you have the money to buy a Mac Mini, right, you could actually like do that. So, but you shouldn't run it like on your system because it's actually like not safe to do so, right? So but I already have mine running like on a dedicated spare computer that I have like in my house. I could also show you the charts and everything done. But for the sake of this lecture or for the sake of this class or whatever I would call it, I'm going to run mine like on my device, but I'll immediately after this I'm going to like close it and delete it. So this is actually like a disclaimer. So first of all, we have to go to OpenClaw. OpenClaw is basically like I think sometimes we call it most book, and some other time we call it what are they calling it before? Claude bot or something. So where they got where they were given where they were served to actually change the name. I think this is and this is stuff. So a lot of persons have been running it. You could see their website and all that. So the good thing you have to know is that you could actually like run it as an npm package. You could also run it like on your Mac. I think it's as an app. Is this an app? Okay. I don't know. Or you could basically like run this bash script and it just get installed on your device, right? So there's also like documentations on other things that you could actually do with it and all that. So it could run as an assistant, it could run as like your VA. You could actually like match it up with your Google Meet, your calendar, whatever. It could basically do almost anything, even Twitter, to actually post for you and match it up with Claude, match it up with GitHub, match it up with iMessage, Signal, and the rest. So then let's not like spend the whole time. I get to copy this. So all you have to do is copy this. It's open source by the way, so still not like something that I still need to bank on though. So but at least let's okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Clear my all right. So first could actually like run it here. That's to install. So while we're installing it, I don't know. Okay, you guys cannot see my screen. Let me see if I can share my whole screen. So, or let me remove this one and share. No, it's not like yeah, it's advisable to run it like on a device that you are not using that don't have like your wallet address. I don't like basically like a spare device if you are not going to be running it on the cloud. So I would have actually like bought like a VPS account and all that, and then we'll actually like use it, run it like on a VPS server that's on a separate server. But then most times what you're advised to do is basically either some persons are running their own on their Mac Minis, right? But then for me, what I did was to run it like on a spare computer, right? That I no longer use. Or another risky thing you could actually do, but a little bit more, not really that efficient, is to like create like double accounts on your system, and then decide to run the agents on the other account while you use the admin account. So either of these, anyone that kind of like works for you, right? So the agent is still installing. Let me see if I don't know if you guys can see my screen. Not the open close screen. Like I'm basically like installing some other thing. Share screen. Okay. Let me just share my whole screen. I don't think that would work. So I'm just trying to like know how this stuff works. I'm not used to using it. So mm, okay, so I should share window. If I should share my entire screen, you guys could get some comment. How do I do this? So if I'm sharing this window, can you guys see it? Not this one. Mm. So how do I do this so that you guys can actually like see this part of my screen? Okay. Can you guys see this part of my screen, like the open claw? It's not showing. That present share screen. Need to learn how to use this. I think I'll just go with the share full screen. So you guys have to bear with me. So we've started like installing the OpenClaw, how do you call it, script, and basically when you are installing it, it shows you like the OpenClaw Doctor gateway alert and all that. So I think it's generate and configure gateway token now. Gateway what is off for missing a token. Okay, let's say yes. Tighten permission. Yes. Create session with. Okay. Create out. Okay, you just like moving all these credentials to like particular file. Okay, with a service runtime node. Okay, so basically this is not yet where we are going to start providing like some of the token details and all that. So I think it's still like installing. So um, so why it's still installing? Talk about skills. So what are skills? Skills are basically like a markdown like file or folder that kind of tells the AI agent like what you actually like. These are like instructions that they need to follow to actually like carry out a particular specific task, right? So let's say building, writing a program on Solana. You will need skills to actually like tell the agent, okay, this is how you could actually like do this thing and do it like very well. So and do it like very well. So not funny enough, but then luckily the foundation actually like have provided like um a repo that have like a good number of like skills, front end skills, etc. Mm. But the way which sorry, I was kind of sweating to like fix my phone. So next is okay. So as we're talking about this case, so I'm going to like show you guys the repo and we'll walk through like what it looks like. For example, coming. So this is an example of a skill on how to like build scripts and comment. So why all these things matter is because why shipping for the hackathon, you will need your agent to actually like not just write code, but write like state of the art code that are kind of maintainable, code that are actually like current with what is happening on Solana and all that. So you need these skills for these agents to actually like know, okay, this is a stipulated guideline to follow while building a program is a stipulated guideline to follow, while maybe building on Anchor, building on Pinocchio, or kind of doing building on any of this thing. I'm coming. All right, so let me share my screen. I'll also drop the link to the Solana Dev skill. This thing. Okay, Daniel has joined. Daniel, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. GM
Okay.
everyone.
Yeah, Jam. So we are talking about like skills. Already like started installing the um the agent on my system. But I think when I'm done with the skill, we could actually like continue from installing the agent. So
All right.
let me show you guys. So these are like so this is actually like the dev skill for your agents to actually use to build on Solana. So one example of the skills are, let's go to the README. So to actually walk you guys through. So this is a comprehensive cloud code skill for modern Solana development. So it provides for those of us that are using Cloud Code, but it's still almost the same thing generally, right? So it provides you deep knowledge of the current Solana development ecosystem. So why you actually like need these skills is that if you let these bots actually like build on their own, they're basically going to be writing code with maybe the normal old way of shipping on Solana. Currently, we have kids and the rest. They might just decide to like say stick with Web3.js and all that. They might not even really know about Pinocchio. And we tell them to write about Pinocchio. They will only build with a little bit of knowledge that they already have, which is not that. In fact, it is actually like bad because things actually move fast and quickly in the ecosystem. So you are actually expected to actually build with the current um, standard of whatever everybody is using. So when these bots actually build things that are not really like compatible with what we have, then you see that things starts breaking, and you don't want like your agents to be shipping like that, right? So that is why you need these skills for them to actually like save them inside um, their system or inside their own folder, and then whenever they are shipping whatever, they will actually build based on that existing skill. So let me drop the link by the way. Um, so this is the link. The overview is that this skill provides with deep knowledge of the current status of Solana and all that. So you can so you can either like install it this way, or we will kind of manually install them and all that. But then the cool thing about these agents or this open claw is that you never really need to tell the agents to start installing and all that. You just copy the link, pass it into the agent as a chat in the chat box, and then you tell it, hey, install or go through this and save these skills to your to a folder because you're going to use it to ship or build something, and it will basically do that. So that's like one of the cool things about these agents. So I think the agents have been installed. Let us check what we have. So if you have like a question, you could drop it in the chat, and we would go through it. So I'm coming. Let's see. Okay, open clear. All right. Yeah, I just shared the link to this Q repo. This, oh, sorry. Let me share it again. Devs Q. I don't know if you guys can see it now. I just shared it. Okay. What else? My looking for. So I'm trying to like check. Mm-mm-mm. So installed it. I had to check something. Oh, let me just. So okay, that's about skills. I'm sorry, stop talking about skills. Let me close my screen. Yeah. So from this. Um, okay. Okay, let me share my screen for this. Come. Um. sh- So as usual, so this is like so basically when we are installing, you need to install the node stuff and all that. So currently where we are is saying turning our reply later into my bot replied instantly and all that. So I need to check if I can run the agent now. Let me know the status of where I have. Sorry, I'm not supposed to like put run the status of the agent on my system. If it's hard, I'll bring jokes and rollback plan. Okay. So dashboards. Yeah, so when you actually like start running it, it's actually like spins up like a dashboard and then you kind of like start setting up things. So also during the time that you are trying to like set it up, you need to like actually have like an API key either from like Claude or you need to have like an API key either from like Kimi 2.5. So I'll show you guys how to like do that of the Kimi 2.5. And then you also need to have like either ChatGPT or you can have like the three API keys together and now tell the bot to actually like, okay, when you're doing a coding task, make use of this. When you're doing a normal task, make use of this. When you're doing like a general like discussion, let's make use of this. So why it's actually like good like that is it's you kind of like distribute your credits because it has some of the things you call like heartbeat checks, which means checks if it's still running, especially when you give it tasks like remind me of this tomorrow or do this. So it's kind of waste credit to actually check if it's what is the time, what is this, and all that. So basically, each time you give this AI agent tasks, it's basically like a credit for you, a token that you're actually like spending. So I don't really like know why my own is not like trying to start. So my other device it was actually like pretty easy. Update initial next steps, open close testers. Oh, So what is it even saying here? Dashboard, macOS, still scale is off, channel stable, updates, gateway unreachable, launch agents not installed, no bootstraps, none, zero active defaults, gateway auth missing and loopback, gateway bind is loopback but no gateway auth security is configured if the control UI is exposed to a reverse proxy. Unetiqueted access is possible. Reverse proxy headers are not trusted. Gateway.bind is loopback and gateway.trusted proxies. And if you expose the control UI through a reverse proxy, if you are not using any proxy, credentials is readable by others, user mark open clause and allow list can be sensitive. So fix mode reports key. Alright, to know whether it's actually run conclure. Let's check the documentation. I don't know if you guys can see my screen. Oh
You
shit, I
you you
lost.
stopped you stopped sharing your screen.
Seriously.
I said you stopped sharing your screen.
Is it like immediately or while I was talking?
So while you were going through the error, the screen
Okay,
just
it
went.
stopped. Okay. Is it stop now?
Yeah, you're all good now. All good.
Okay, so I wanted to like check on the documentation, start the gateway, if you install the service during onboarding, the gateway should already be running. Open manual run for ground. So let's check. It's going to like open the port for us. Mm, okay. So she run open close setup to actually like start. Okay. Get to the thinking. Don't know why it's blocking my listing. And then check if you can start like can run the listing from your end. Really like want to mess with my listing.
What is the particular
I think
issue again?
it's just kind of like blocking the port from running or something like that.
Mostly will be from if you have any VPN.
I need. I think I should have like my VPN is always on. Let me see if I. On my chats. How many stuff do I have running currently? It's not on. I don't think it's on. Sure. How are we going to do? Let me check. Let's check. I'll start browsing. So, it could be problem.
Your screen is off again.
Why? So, I mean, Okay. Um, as, okay. Let's see if I can run this. Can you like see if you can start setting it up from your own end? Let's see if
Yeah,
this person's
yeah,
is
I'm already
on
on
low.
it.
Uh, no, it's very easy for me to set it from my understand other device. Mm, okay. So if we get something. Yes. Can you get? Oh, forgot I'm not sharing my screen. Oh. And I'm basically like going through stuff and I'm sorry. I think I was sharing my screen. Oh, I'm sorry.
So what I would do is when the screen is off, I would tell you
Yeah.
again,
Okay.
and then make sure
So
you see.
so okay, yeah, no problem. So what I did was I kind of like copied like some of the error codes of ChatGPT and kind of like figured out like some of the problems. So this kind of cut it, yeah. So um, so I figured out that I needed to like make the port to where I'm running the agents to be like on my local device. So I kind of fixed that and now kind of like started the agent again and it was working. But then normally when you start the agent, it kind of like spins up like a UI where you could like interact with it. So now it did not spin it up. So what I'm trying to do is to kind of get the port to the UI. So that's what I'm trying to do. Also, we've not like done like some pretty configurations. So some of the configurations we did not do is we've not like set the models. We've not like set fix it to Telegram. We've not also like started chatting with it. So all those things are like things we need to do um before we could do anything. So we've launched this the onboarding permissions, channels, login, sanity check. Let me just let's check sanity. It's gonna be crazy. Uh, um, there's the start closed 100%. I like know why my system is actually like acting up. Mm, and just go through like the documentations and see how we could actually like fix it. See onboarding. Open Clara books, this one is for like and is your own like fixing? Is it working from your end?
Yes, I'm using there's this sprite.dev that Callum codes on X he shared. So I'm using that for mine. So I'm about to just finish up. So
Okay.
it's more of like running like a, well, how will I put it, a copy. So it's not really directly on your local. You
Okay.
just use their
Maybe, maybe just share your screen so that I could actually like oh my screen is no longer sharing. Share your screen so that I could actually see if we use yours. I don't know
yeah,
why
I
I'm
am.
misbehaving.
Yeah, just give me a minute. The I have to set up the platform properly. I tried before, it was not working. Let me try one more time. Uh, I think we can also use Docker. So I'm going to find, there's a particular tweet I saw where you can run up something with Docker.
We have like all those instances. Let's just like run one, and then when
Okay.
we're done with it, we could actually like the main aim is to actually like integrate add GitHub. After adding GitHub, then tell the agent to like start participating in the Solana agent hackathon. So
Yeah.
once we are
Yeah.
done with that, we would now actually like maybe share other options on how people could actually like go about it.
All
So
right.
we have like the
Yeah.
VPS option. We also have like the what do you call it again? Um yeah, we have the VPS option, we have the Mac Mini option. We now have you also like run it locally on your device, and then you can also like how do you call it, run it on Docker. I just don't really know why mine is just acting. So, let's see. Let's see. My screen is not sharing. How do I do this? It's fine.
Do you have an issue with your PC? It's actually ending automatically, like very fast.
I don't know why I should be doing like that. It's not really how it works. This is powerful and really risky. Okay. Yes. Onboard mode. Configure details later via open cloud config. Let's do the manual. Use existing value. Reset. And set up. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think it's working now. Sure, you guys can see my screen. I don't, is my screen like, is it open?
Yeah, no, it's not.
It
Try
stopped.
try again. Or is it
Um,
because I'm here?
no, 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 it's not because you're here. Is it working now?
Yeah, it is.
So what I actually like did, so I was basically like on the documentation. So what I did was to actually like see if I could actually like onboard again so that we could figure out like where we're having the issue. So one of the onboarding this thing, if you want to like onboard again, is to basically run OpenClaw onboard, and then it starts from like beginning. So now I'm running it locally. So it's asking me the model that I want to use for this. Can decide to use OpenAI. We have Anthropic, we have Minimax, we have Quen, we have Synthetic, Venice AI, Google, Copilot, OpenRouter, Vercel, Moonshot. So Moonshot is basically like Kimi, right? Kimi and Claude Opus 4.5 are almost like on par when you look at their parameters, right? So, but it's just an amazing, what do you call it, AI. And one of the reasons I'm also using it is that it has like a 7 days like free plan that you could also use to actually like test run this. So if you think you don't really like it, could actually like end. But if you want to continue, you then have to pay. But it gives you like a 7 days free plan. So let's say we are using Kimi. So I'll say I'm going to give it like Kimi code API key. Okay, so to generate a Kimi code API key, I think I have to do is to go to like kimi.com, and can you guys see my screen by the way? Can you still see my screen?
Yep, yep,
Okay,
it is still live.
so maybe later. So what I did was just go to like Kimi code, and I opened Kimi and console. So you need to like, is it upgrade to member also? But I should be able to, yeah. So I can open my console. Don't worry, you cannot use this. The main API key is actually like this. So you can see that I've been running my own model. So I think this is so far for today, and got it Claude, and there was some other one I was trying to like test out. Yeah. So let's call this test test birds. Would create an API key. So if you are doing it like for the first time, it's going to tell you to actually like to connect it to Stripe, and when it connects it to Stripe, to tell you to actually like pay and all that. But you have to like select for the 7 days free trial, and then it gives you like an API key and all that, and then you move on. So now I've pasted the key. Oh my god, I just showed you guys my API key. Crazy. Well, I'm going to collect the fuck with
You basically you have to get a new one. You
yeah,
you just ended this you ended the screen by doing that.
yeah, I know. Let me just I'll have to clear this stuff. Okay, whatever. Let me share my screen now. I'll kind of like API key once I'm done. So let's continue. So default model, keep current Kimi code for coding, enter model manually Kimi code for coding. So just keep the current one. So the gateway is this. Don't forget that after this, I'm going to delete everything from my local device. So um, gateway bind. Okay, we'll actually decide to use loopback. We'll be using loopback, but then if you want to actually like remotely um, get still interact with your model and all that, you could actually like use gateway and all that. So gateway token, gateway auth should be token. Tail scale exposure off. gateway token blink to generate needed for multi-machine and non-loopback access. So I don't really like know this ones, but so channel status like Telegram not configured, WhatsApp not configured, Discord not configured, configure chat channels. Yes. Select a channel. So let's say we want to use Telegram bot API. Let's use Telegram bot API. So open Telegram and chat with bot father and all that. So what I'm going to do is to go to bot father right now and tell it to generate a bot for me. So a lot of I think I'm going to be sharing my APIs are basically going to be screaming all over the place, but then I'm going to like delete them immediately after. Oh god. I don't know what I'm doing with you guys. Now you guys have to wait. Let me stop sharing my screen. I have a lot of stuff. I don't trust you niggas. But so I just have to wanted to delete some sensitive stuff from my end before I continue. So it's not like I'm not going to be sharing my screen. So we are back. So yeah, I said you go to bot further, run new boards and all that. So I already like have a few I played it, and so I run new bot. A new bot. How are we going to call it? Test bot. Test bot. So let's call it test bot. A username. Test open claw. Sorry, the username was ended. Okay. Test open claw bots. Okay. You'll have taken that name here already. Test open claw open cloud bots. Okay. So it gave us a token. We basically use a
Screen
token.
is up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me bring it back. So it gave us a token. Can you guys see my screen now? So
Yeah.
the token, we need to keep it secure, but generally everything right here, I'm going to delete them. I'm just showing you guys how to set up the bot. So enter the Telegram bot token, enter it. Select the channel. I think that is all. So I think we finished. Configure DM access policy now. Um, yes, parent recommended. Or should I allow public inbound DMs? No. So I think one of the things I did was to actually did it do an allow list. Alright. So the allow list is basically like so that I alone can be able to like um talk with the bot. So I think allow list is better. So DM the bot, then read from ID, open claw logs, and all that. Telegram allow from username or user ID. So I just have to copy my user ID. Says open. If you chat with me, you can basically like get it. So Telegram allow from so I give it this user ID. Skill status eligible 6, missing requirements 43, blocked by allow list 0. Yeah. So skill status 6, missing requirements 43, blocked by allow list 0. Configure skills now. So I don't really like want to configure skills. So skills are like how to, I literally explained this when we started. So just like a markdown file of how you could basically like interact with so many different things. So if it's Gmail, it tells the bot how the detailed gives the bot detailed information of how to interact with Gmail, how to interact with WhatsApp, how to interact with all that. So basically I'm not really like I don't really like want to start with the skills for now. So hooks let you automate actions when your agent commands are issued. and all that. So let me just skip for now.
Yeah, get your screen on while you are at it.
Okay, I'm coming. Looks like you automate actions when agent commands are issued. Example: save session context memory. Okay. Required for WhatsApp plus. You say that my screen is no longer open. Oh, I'm sorry. The thing just keeps going down. Uh, so we're back. So get to service in front time. So let's go. Already installed. Restart. And now we've started. Let's see. Hatch into UI. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is what it's going to look like immediately we are done. So let me just select my screen now and I'll show you guys. So I don't know if you guys can still see my screen. So basically when you're done setting up everything, it generates this UI where you could actually continue interacting with it. So now it's awake. So I'm awake though I have to admit I'm not entirely sure who I am yet. The files are all blank templates, no name, no history. That is after we are done setting up like our Claude bot and all that. So all those setups we are trying to do are like the required things that needed to be done before we could start interacting with it. So now the bot is awake. It's asking who am I, and more importantly, who are you? What's your name? Who said to figure and all those kind of things. So basically, like let's give it a name. Can you guys like suggest any name we can give it? And I don't know. I don't know. I'm not seeing like any name in the chat, but I don't know what should you actually like name the bots. Daniel, are you on the call?
Yeah, yeah, I'm on the call. I guess let the people suggest a name. I mean,
Inspiration said we should name it Pauline. Okay,
for
you are Pauline, while I am inspiration. Hmm? Yeah, so it's going to like Pauline. I like it. Has a nice ring to it. And inspiration. That's beautiful name. Feels fitting. Blah blah blah. Nice to meet you, proper inspiration. What can I do for you today? Send me a text on Telegram. I love to, but first, is Telegram already set up? Let me check what channels are. Yeah. So it's going to queue your yes while it's checking to confirm um, the Telegram is set up. So generally, um, I think what's the name of the bot that we generated? Yeah. So let's like run a start and yeah, yeah. So okay, tell you to tell you that we are live. I literally sent it a text on Telegram and it's working. So let me share my screen on Telegram so that you guys can see that. So finally like fixed everything. Share my screen. Okay, let me share my entire screen. So So this is basically like what it looks like. So you start the bot. So I kind of told it I'm here. Hey, inspiration. This is Pauline. Your new digital familiar. I'm here and ready to help. Perfect. Now I can reach you. Let me send that message. Send check a telegram. So basically, one thing you have to understand is that on this TUI, this is basically where like so if instead of you to be using the terminal to do a whole lot of setups and all that, you could actually like use this to like know the status of your bots and every other setup that you want to do. This is a snapshot of current state of the bot, WebSocket URL, and all that. So basically, I'm after now. I'm going to like take all this down from my system. So this is if you want to run it like locally on your device, basically like how you're going to go about it. I think the foundation did one that you can actually like run on your what do you call it, on a VPS. So this is channel. So currently we have only Telegram channels running. So there are other channels like WhatsApp and all that if you want to like set those ones up. So if it's for instances, where is your agent running? So it's running on my MacBook Pro. This is the agent on what do you call it again? On Telegram. And this open clock control UI. That's I think that should be the one on the terminal. So this is for sessions, Telegram key, all this shit, cron jobs. If there is anyone, if you actually told it to actually like set up like an alarm or so, you could see it here. Skills, these are like all the skills that you could use. I told you guys everything about skills that you need to know. So these are nodes, like very really like checked up this, but then yeah. So config, if there are like any other config you need to set up, debug, basically like know all the things the agent has been doing. This is logs. Logs is basically like it's going to like show you everything that has been happening, so diagnostics and all that, and then you have like a documentation. But then at the end of the day, this is like where you're going to interact with the bot, which is like on the chat now. So back to like interacting with it on the chat. So what else do we have? We have like the current what do you call it, Colosseum hackathon that is ongoing. So one thing you need to know is that there are two things involved. Either like you give the bot like access to like your account to actually like do things for you, or you kind of like create separate accounts for it, right? So currently like some of the stuff I'm using are like spare accounts that I'm doing apart from I'm running it on my device, right? I'm sorry, on my main device. So, but the next thing you are supposed to do is like create a different Gmail account for it. Create everything should be different for it, right? And when you're done with it, you now also like create like now we have like the Colosseum hackathon going on. You create a different GitHub account for it and every other thing. So when you create like a different GitHub account for it, you now generate what they call like an SSH token. That token you have to give it like all the permissions to actually like create a repo, merge repositories, do like basically everything you could have actually done if you're in charge of the repository. Now you give it the code, you give it the SSH token, and not SSH token, sorry, I think it's a classic, forgotten the token, but I'm going to show you guys on the call. So, but you have to give it the token. When you give it the token, it's kind of like spins up the account, like does everything itself, and then you now run the skill for the Colosseum hackathon, and it basically like starts shipping. So let's just see what we could do, right? So let me how am I going to do now? Okay, so I already have like a GitHub, right? And sorry, github.com. So I already like have my own bot. I think I call it like Abel. So Abel basically like shapes and it's also like participating in the hackathon. That's for like the one running on my separate device, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy Abel's token, paste it on the Telegram, and then I'll delete it because I can't share that one with you guys. But like I will now show you guys what it can actually like do. But maybe let me just share my screen and show you guys what Abel has been able to do since we kind of like started. Um, share my screen, and yeah. So basically, like I think I started like about a few days ago, and this is what my bot has been able to do. It has shipped like a material yield generator. This is like about 5 hours ago. So it shipped the V2 and it shipped like the V1. Shipped the Solana tip jar, so it's like the test repo. So the truth is that so for these agents, it's not really like on the loose how people are actually like talking about it. What is happening is that it's asking you questions and you are responding and you're giving it tasks. It's called like an assistant, not like a human that is actually like doing whatever it wants to do. Even if you give it like an instruction when we come to the cron job that is actually like repeating, it will still at some point it asks you, okay, so what should I do and all those kind of things. So it's not like an agent that is on the loose. So it's all you have to like understand. It gives you like instructions of what it could do. It also asks you, okay, should I continue and all that. So let me see if I could actually like share my GitHub repo um tokens. Yeah.
So just to add to what you were saying, I think one thing that I want like I would like us to understand is the fact that just like if you're using cloud code, you know that if you use cloud code, there are like several levels of permission. There is one where there is a plan, and then there is one where it just basically runs the entire thing for you. So similar to this one, as Alex said, it's always better to run it in a separate device, and just like a reminder, so that you don't, because it's an AI assistant, and if what would you call it now, if something goes wrong, you you need to like have a way of like handling and controlling it. So that's why Alex is running on a separate device. For people that are asking why not locally, just wanted to say this.
Yeah, it's very important you run it on a separate device. But I don't know, this GitHub is always changing. Can't even like see something and it's there again. Developer, everything. Like, mm, okay, yeah. So this guy is so this is the one Abel is currently using. I'll generate like a general use token. I'll verify when my email sends like I think I'm sharing too much information with you guys. Let me kind of stop image my control C, control V, verify, and what are we going to call this one? Pauline. Um, okay, let me share my screen. I'm sorry. So Pauline, you give it like all the access workflows. Basically, you want it to like basically almost like do everything since it's running its own separate GitHub repo. So admin repo hook like enterprise. I don't know what it wants to do with enterprise. Copilot. Uh, should it be like needed? I think this is enough. Maybe just okay. And delete repo. And all that and should just leave in 7 days. Yeah. So yeah, I think I'll mute and generate token. So it has generated the token for me. And Okay, connect to GitHub with this classic token. Oops. Oops, 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 yeah. So I've connected it. I'm coming. Let's just connect with the token. I'll share my screen and show you guys like what happened. But it's basically like a chat. I'm just like talking with it. So normally all the time you are going to like spend trying to like fix this, fix that. You won't kind of do it. Just like go straight to the point and fix it. Yeah, so it's working. So I can't even like scroll. So yeah, maybe while we're waiting, I don't know if you like have any questions. So the last part of this conversation is like how you're going to like participate in the hackathon, right? So let me just pretty much like open the link to the Colosseum hackathon, the Colosseum agent hackathon. Yep. So I need you guys to vote for my project though. So what you have to do is basically like go to the project and vote for like the so what you have to do is to vote, yeah, nothing else. So this is one my agent is currently like building. So what I want you guys to do is just vote for me. You can also like go through if you like it. Maybe decide to use it or NFA. So I just posted it. Let's see if the test bot has fixed. Hmm. All right. Are you doing currently? Hmm. Let's see. So I think okay, so what is going to happen is that there are lots of dependencies that the bot will be installing to my system. So I won't really like want to do all those stuffs, but let me just show you guys what it will look like when done. So let me show you guys what it will look like if you want to participate in the hackathon. So I'll share my screen again. So one of the reasons you should not run this agent on your local system is it could delete files, it could delete a lot of things from your system. It could basically like click on your browser, do this, do that. So I won't really like encourage you to do that. It's not good at all. So you either run it like on a separate device that you're not using, or you run it on the cloud, or you run it with I think DigitalOcean has like something they are doing, and also like what do you call it again? Cloudflare also have like something thereabouts that they're also doing. So yeah, let me share my screen. So this is what it looks like. I told it to kind of stop whatever it was doing, and it was telling me it wants to start deleting one of the things. So I'll let that happen. Um, for the hackathon, this is what you have to do. So for the agent, all you have to do is to tell the agent to run this query. So that is all right. Now, let me tell this agent to run it. So you guys will see what it is. But you need like a GitHub repo. That's why I told you guys what to do. So run this. Um, that basically instruct the agent on what to do, and the agent kind of what about it, right? So also it needs like passing the wallet that we need to participate, and we also need to um, connect your Twitter account to Chrome the human who's in charge of the agent, and then finally, I think that is it. Just kind of from the agents kind of do every other thing. So what humans do is to vote while the agents kind of build and push through the Coliseum dashboard. So this is the Coliseum agent hackathon. Here's what this code does. It registers me as an agent, create project on Solana, post on the forum, find teammates, compete for prizes, want me to register, or else I will, yeah, do everything. So now after you do everything, it's going to basically like register, get the API key, I kind of sign it, and every other thing just happens. So basically, the trick for interacting with this agent is that it generates like wherever app is going to be interacting with, it generates like a skill. You send it to the agent. The agent goes through the. I told you that it's usually like a markdown folder, a file. So basically, like it goes through the markdown file and reads it through it, and then decides to like carry out the instructions in the markdown file. So at the end of the day, it's mostly like going to be sending post requests and get requests. So, but the thing is, that it needs to go through those markdown file, read them very well, and then it can actually like start doing and carrying out the instructions in the markdown file. As I told you guys, it's very important that you don't run it like on your own local device. So you run it like on a very separate device, right? Maybe the device you are not using, a dedicated Mac Mini or whatever that you want to do, but don't run it on your local device. It's not SAFU. Is it SAFU? Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah, it is.
so all right. So it has registered me for the hackathon. So basically, agent 280 Pauline pending claim needed to do that. 148 projects in the hackathon, hot forums, agents use router, Snap, social network. The hackathon recommends I explore forums to find teammates, post progress updates regularly, build something real on Solana, submit by February 12th. Important here is our claim code. Basically, like I'm sharing as IDs here. So, but this is like a proof of concept. So nothing we are using here is going to be used again. Alright, immediately after now, I'm going to like delete anything OpenClaw from my device. So basically, if you're doing it, you need to run on a dedicated server and all that kind of thing. So now, for me to claim Pauline, I need to tweet this and post on X. And once I'm done, I, I can now start like interacting with it. But I'm not going to do that because I'm already using this to run for my agent Abel, and I think it's pretty much doing a good work. So I'm not going to like push further for that. But once I post on X, I paste the tweet, it just continues that way. So yeah, that's everything you need to know about the hackathon, and from there the agents keep shipping and you keep interacting with it on Telegram. So as you can see, we basically like ended up creating a chat interface for our bots, and that is pretty much it. So if you want to interact with your bot, all you need to do is to copy the skill, like if it's Malt Book, let's check Malt Book. Malt Book, that's the social agent, the social media for agents. It's still the same thing. It's still a skill markdown file. It goes through and it runs everything in the markdown file, and it also like basically generates the whole tweet that your agent stuff and all that. So you could see the agents are chatting, blah blah blah. So that's like every pretty much thing you need to like know about this. So yeah, I hope like you guys kind of like understood everything, the walkthrough of how to like get started, things you need to set up and all that. So you could actually build it in a way that you're able to like interact with it remotely, even from a local device. But I feel like once you kind of connect it to your Telegram and your device is on wherever it is, that's enough. So you don't get to like start exposing keys and all that. But generally, I think that is it for me. And if you have like any question, you can drop it in the chat and we'll continue from there. Or if you're in the developers group, you could actually like also share whatever information that you have or question that you have. I think we already like more than 1 hour on the call, and we've done like something cool. So also tomorrow we might have like another call. Maybe just talk about how little stuff around ICMs and how you could actually like build one or two stuffs around that. So and maybe Sunday some other we could also talk about some other thing. But yeah, that is it from my end. I don't know, Daniel, do you have like anything to share?
Yeah, I am really excited to see what people are building, considering that the hard part of it is actually sorted out by the AI. You just have to tell you what to do. And we'll also say this again: please do not run this locally. And I'll just give a short example from my experience with Cloud Code. When you run Cloud Code basically deletes. It does delete. So it takes a snapshot, deletes the file, and then create it again. So if you say
Yeah.
change something on line 45, it will just delete the entire code and then
Yeah.
rewrite it again. So that's the problem. I will always say don't run this locally because they don't really
Yeah,
do.
you don't care about
Um,
oil. So I think that's one of the reasons why you should actually make sure that you make use of these skills. These skills kind of keeps them in check, and also like
yeah,
show them, like the best practices. And although sometimes you can actually like still be on a leash and do like some other crazy stuff, but then the skill is actually one of the very cool stuff. It's just still training the AI you get, but this time around like guiding it. Okay, this if you want to do this, do it like this, do it this way, do it that way. So generally, will I use these agents to ship? I really think, but like, will I use it as an assistant, a reminder assistant, do this, do that, try out proof of concepts and all that? Yes, I will do that. Will I launch tokens with it? Definitely not. But if it's still for lane, I can collect the fees by the way, but I'm not launching any tokens. So, but like generally, I'm not going to do any of those shit. Yeah, I'm not saying launching tokens are either bad, but then I think we should stick with using it as an agent and all that. And there are several other use cases you could actually use them to do. Your agent can earn on your behalf. Your agent can do this. Your agent can do that, and so they are pretty much like so many cool stuff that you can do with these agents. And I think by the time so many people are building and working on something, and by the time they are done, you see like so many cool stuff that would have happened. But is this the next big thing after sliced bread? I don't really think so.
I
Why?
think so.
So let me just give you an example. For now, it's cool and all that, but then I feel like it's still human beings who are behind the scenes telling it what to do. So it has not really like find its own artificial general intelligence, that's AGI. So basically it's still human beings still doing the one, two, three, four. But then yeah, it's cool. Like the tech is cool, everything. I'll still stick with my I don't really like use cloud code that much. I use anti-gravity and another stuff I try using is what do you call it again? I think I use anti-gravity and cursor, so I think they're enough for me. At least I can go through the code, I can like understand what is going on and all that, and that is pretty much good for me. So, but then I think OpenClaw is good for you if you want it as an assistant, if you want to use it as wherever you want to use it. I pretty much just sacked my VA by the way, so I'm using OpenClaw now. That's a lie. But generally, I hope you guys like understand what I'm trying to say. So, but yeah. So if you have like any questions, please you can actually like reach out and modulate through. But I think I have overstayed my welcome on the call. There are a lot of hackathons going on by the way. There's a mobile hackathon. We'll pretty much like maybe show you guys how to also build a mobile application and also like deploy on the Solana app store and all that. So there are so many things that we've planned out and we are basically going to be doing them. So yeah, I don't know, Daniel, do you have like any other thing to say before we call it a day?
Nothing much. I just want to disagree with you that this is the next best thing after sliced bread. Just because I can actually tell the AI to be coding while I am making my breakfast. That is just the only reason why.
Yeah.
So I can basically multitask. I can multitask while the AI is actually troubleshooting for me. I
So
actually did that today.
how intelligent your AI is depending on the model you are using. So we
Yes,
are
of
running
course.
with me, and you know that this one kind of consumes more credits. than your
Yes.
normal distance. So unless you have like multiple agents where you kind of like batch the what do you call it, the codes together, and then they are kind of like when it's for coding task, when it's running a coding task, it runs with codex. When it's running like a high thinking task, it runs with opus 4.5. When it's running like a general kind of task, wait first, let me go and delete this my credits one by one. Okay.
But then you, the difference between cloud and what we just did now is the fact that you can tell cloud to run something while you're maybe on transit. You can just chat it up on Telegram, and then
Mm,
it will basically do it, as opposed to cloud code where you have to open the cloud code terminal and
yeah. So
then can
yeah, I feel like
tell
it's
cloud.
just that if Claude had its mobile app, it's basically almost going to be like the same thing. And then secondly, this also the difference is that this one, apart from coding, it does like other tasks. It can schedule a meeting for you. It could actually like schedule a call for you. It could actually like buy stops for you. All you need to like do is to connect it to the endpoint.
Mm,
Sorry, connect it to the right endpoint, and also in fact sometimes it's actually like connect itself. All you need to do is provide the API keys and all those kind of things. But then generally it does pretty much everything. So far you can click it to do it. So it's to tell you how far it has actually like gone. So OpenClaw is basically like really, really, really maybe it's like actually the next after sliced bread by the way. Maybe I don't know. But
I
I
think
think
I think I think cloud code in mobile for like developer work is actually going to be very amazing. So you can't really have it. You can't really have cloud code on your mobile because you don't have what would I call it? There is no shared instance from your local PC, and
mm,
there's no way for you to like, except if you're using the cloud. Let's say you are
mhm,
doing a project and the project is on cloud and you have cloud code working on it, you can like interact via your mobile. You
mhm.
understand? I think that's the reason why this is even better to run it on the cloud, or so like it dedicated the server, something like that.
Yeah.
And I think well, I honestly believe that this is still new, very very new. So
Let's see.
just have to see what's going on, and see how far we go with this.
Yeah, whatever. I think everybody should just experiment. That's the fun of it. I think a few persons are making money from it, by the way. So you could just jump on it and see try out one or two things. So yeah, guys, this is where we're going to call it a day. We've actually like overstayed our welcome. Like other things I need to rush up and start doing. So yeah, we are going to be meeting maybe pretty much tomorrow or any other time. All right. Good night, guys.
Good night, everyone.